Questions, anyone? Hi, I'm Stevie Ray, an improv professional for over 40 years and a martial artist for nearly 50. And I use those two disciplines to help people own their space in challenging situations. And one of the most challenging situations we all face is public speaking. Giving a professional presentation is stressful for almost anyone, but the reason why is interesting. When surveyed, most adults said the one thing that frightens them the most about giving a presentation is getting a question that they are not prepared for. Now, none of us want to look foolish in front of an audience, but if you expect yourself to have the answer to any question put to you, that's a little bit too much pressure. It's not reasonable and it's unrealistic. Frankly, one quick response is, "That's a good question. I haven't had that one posed before. I will look into it and get back to you." That puts you back in the driver's seat. You now own your space once again. And most audiences are more concerned that you are confident and own the space rather than get nervous. If you're nervous, everybody's nervous, nobody has a good time. But let's move past that into the mindset of being prepared for unexpected situations, unexpected questions, or changes in the circumstances that you must deal with. The martial arts and improvisation both deal with the unknown. In improvisation, of course, if you've ever seen an improv show where the performers are taking questions from the audience and then they have to create instant comedy sketches based on those suggestions, of course, that is a profession of the unknown. So we prepare for that by constantly putting ourselves in situations where we don't know the outcome. We practice techniques to respond to being unprepared. That's something helpful for anyone. So you might do this by putting yourself in situations where you're not in control. Being prepared for the unknown is not just not knowing what could happen, but it's also not being in control of the outcome. That's really what frightens people the most. In the martial arts, the most unknown situation you can put yourself in is during sparring. When you're practice fighting an opponent, you don't know what they're going to do, and you have to adapt to surprises. Practicing sparring in any martial arts school is kind of like being in a dance studio where you have the same dance partners week after week, year after year. You begin to know what to expect. That's why in the martial arts, we always encourage people to maybe go to a tournament or go to another school where they are completely unfamiliar with their opponent, and they're going to get hit with surprises that they must adapt to. Once again, being in a situation where not only it's the unexpected, but you're not in control. And both disciplines teach the same skill: how to react when you're not in control without letting it bother you. So, put yourself into situations where you're not the one in charge, where you don't know what might happen. Go into those scary areas that are unexpected. That will prepare you for that question that comes out of nowhere or that situation that pops out of the unknown, and you will own your space.